Ba-ba-ba-doo-ba. Good morning. So I was just reading there, just ignore me. How is everybody? So we're on Instagram, YouTube, and obviously Get Over Yourself on Facebook. So Sarah Hayton's gone and got herself a gold medal, still in Singapore, I presume. So good morning to you, Sarah. Leslie has got a silver. Come on, who's going to get a bronze? Who's going to get a bronze? Penelope, good morning. Bronze medal for you. Hi, Madge. Hi, Eve. Hi, Paula. Lovely to see you. So then, let's have a look. Right, then everybody. Oh, let's just move that out of the way. A quick bit of a, well, not a spoofy one this morning, but I just thought we'd have a quick trip down. Morning, Kim. A down diet memory lane. Who fancies a bit of that? The daft things you've done over the years just to lose a bit of weight, like it's like your life depends on it. Honestly. So come on. If you're coming on, I want you just to tell me at least 2 or 3 diets that you've done in the past, and we can all share in our stupidity. No judgment. Come on, let's just have a laugh. What have you done? I'll kick you off. Obviously, the 2 big ones, Weight Watchers and Slimming World. So come on, get posting. What diets have you done in the past? The more stupid, the better. Hi, on Instagram, we've got lovely to see on there. Let's have a look. So, right, so come on, cabbage soup. Kerry Knight has done a cabbage soup diet. Sarah Slimming World. Penelope, I've not heard of that one. The military diet. Kim is Slimming World. Oh, come on, let's get these. The cabbage soup, Kerry, that's got to be a winner so far. I did that years and years ago. Who did the F-Plan diet, Julia? Yes. Always reminds me of Shirley Valentine. Look at all we've got. I can't even read Instagram names. Mrs. Zoe Hortoners, Light to Life, Weight Watchers, Slimming World, Dylan, not heard of that, cabbage soup. Now, some of you on this live will see all those names. This is guaranteed, let me tell you. Do not let you be that person. Some of you will go, oh, I've not heard of the military diet. I'm going to go and look it up. I'm going to go and look it up and do it. Diet pills, Atkins, fast metabolism diet, slimming pills, slim fast. You know, slim fast, Linda, was my diet when I wanted to feel good on a Saturday night and I'd eaten shit all week. So Friday morning, and then I thought, I can't be arsed, so I'd have some toast. And then I'd just slim fast for the rest of the day. You know, that was my emergency diet, slim fast. Julie, we've got Weight Watchers, Slimming World, Rosemary Connolly, there's another one. Let's have a look. Spooning dry oats daily, washed down with water while choking. Bernie Mac, Duke and diet, there's another. Yeah, do not Dylan diet there. I won't ever be looking for Dylan diet. Oh, that's a new one. Fast 800. Linda, happy birthday to you. Joan gained on the F plan. I bet it was an F plan. I thought it was an F that plan. So prune and apricot 2-day diet, Paula. God, we do stuff like that, don't we? Who did the Simon and I years ago? Simon will never forget it. We did the 5-day maple syrup and lemon diet. You went with cayenne pepper. It was vile. Look at that. Christine, people at work did the Atkins diet, eating jelly cubes and chunks of cheese. I just don't understand it. Do you know what? These are hilarious. Yeah, years ago, the lemon juice diet. Yes, Mandy, nothing else. 3 days, supposed to get the diet going. Hi, Leanne. Come on, tell us the diets you've done. Diet Coke today. It says Shirley, thank you for sharing. I forget to tell people to share. I just forget. So please do share it. But honestly, sometimes I just sit and have a laugh with myself. You know, Billy No Mate, sat here at home on my own. And I think of all the daft diets I've done over the years. I used to eat the Rice Krispies with tin pears, only diet. look, we're all in it together. Why the hell have we let ourselves be cajoled by these massive marketing people and the fact that we think we're not good enough and we're going to be a better person if we lose half a stone? Cabbage soup diet. Oh, are you asking for a friend, Leanne? Are you sure it was your mum who did that? My mum. I believe you, Leanne. Paleo, Kerry, I've done that as well. Heart, liver and kidney burgers for breakfast. I was utterly miserable. Kerry, why have we done it? Why do we do it? You know, I mean, Kerry's a PT, you know, and she does what I do with other women. But that's why she'll be good at what she does, because we've done it. I would not be inspired by somebody, you know, when you get a PT who's like a size, I mean, that's not fair actually, because you can get some obviously very slim PTs who've had eating disorders, been on loads of diets. So I take that back, because I do say that a lot. Don't judge anybody. I've got a friend who's really, you know, she's about size 10 and people think, oh, it's all right for her, but it's not. It's nothing to do with size. It's all to do here. But what I mean is people who've never know what it's like to have been on a diet, because there are some women like that, believe it or not. I don't know any. But some people who've just no idea what it's like. Kellogg's cereal twice a day. Yeah, that was that like the Special K diet, wasn't it? So just little Linda has said she needs to lose. No, Joanne, I need to lose half a stone. It's hard, got mobility problems. Joanne, just a top tip for you. Change the need to a want. So rather than saying you need to lose half a stone, because you don't need to do anything, none of us need to do anything, just change it to a want. I want to lose half a stone. It's a very subtle change, but a huge difference, because when you say I want to lose half a stone, you're actually a bit forced to think, well, do I? Because I'm not really doing anything about it. So I can't want it enough. And it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. So I don't really do that to you on a Tuesday morning, Joanne, but just start saying I want to lose half a stone if that's what you want. So, right, Anne, a friend taught me into Weight Watchers, worst thing I ever did, damn point counting. I know, unless you're breastfeeding, Anne, because then you get about 42 points. I did that one, Stad Nancy. And I did a lost stone and a half in about 10 weeks. But counting points, having Mars bars instead of avocados, because avocados were 9 points and Mars bars were only 5. So I did all that, sticking with it, getting your smiley face on the scale when you went on the scale, taking your watch off, not eating on weigh day. Didn't even drink water on weigh day because it weighed heavy and you wanted to weigh less. You get on the scale, you wear your leggings in the middle of winter with a strappy top, take your shoes off, take your watch off, take your heavy bangles off, get on the scale, don't breathe, lean backwards a bit and just wait for that. Oh, you've stayed the same. Oh, what have you been doing, Sally? What do you think you can do better next week to stay the same? Probably have a big shit before I come, that'd help. Oh, right, because that's how ridiculous it gets. And then you go home and do the said shit after you've weighed it, after you've been weighed. How annoying did that used to be? But no matter whether you've, sorry to be so graphic, but we all think it. But whether you've put on and lost £2, or whether you've put on £2 or lost £2, on the drive home, it's always chippy or Chinese takeaway night. And then you eat crap for the next 4 days because you've been weighed, and then you starve yourself for the second half of the week. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. Kerry, honestly, it depends now, because I used to be a Slimming World consultant. Can you believe it? You know, this is Instagram saying it's exactly what we used to do every week. It is. This is why people relate, you know. But Kerry says, oh, the notepad clap, that's so important. So I reckon that's Slimming World, Kerry. Because Slimming World, they did it differently, apparently, they said. It was called image therapy. So nobody was shamed into putting weight on. So you went round each person after they'd all been weighed, and we all discussed, so what happened with you this week? Like you've lost a leg or you've had a bereavement. So you put £2 on. What do you think went wrong? Okay, and they'd write notes. So, okay, so everybody. So Janice, what can you say to Julie so she doesn't put £2 on next week? Stop eating the Mars bars, you fat bitch. You know, or they go, oh, well, just try. We'll have some more Muller Light yogurts, you know, because they're free. So have some Muller Light yogurts, Julie. Oh, I don't like the banana ones. Oh, they've bought a new caramel flavour out. It's really lovely. They've got them in Tesco. And you see people buying trays of Muller Light yogurts. But this is how bollocky bullshit it is. When Slimming World bought out their, or was it Weight Watchers, bought out their own brand of yogurt, Muller Lights were no longer free. They went and put a point on them, or half a point, to stop people buying them, to make them buy their own damn yogurts. So poor Muller Light, who've been selling billions of yogurts, literally, I think the share price went down the pan because these idiots, and that's me included, because I used to buy Muller yogurts by the tray. I'd just get a tray and shove in the fridge. And I remember being on my training course for Slimming World when I was training to be an instructor. This was about 20 odd years ago. And somebody said, well, how Muller yogurts can you have if they're free? She goes, well, they're free, but you can't have too many. And the woman persists. She goes, yeah, but how many until they become not free? She goes, well, I don't really know. She says, but obviously you wouldn't eat too many. I thought, well, I used to eat loads. You know, when you were trying to be good and you were just picky as shit and you couldn't be arsed and you just kept going to the fridge and you saw Muller Lights, and you'd just have one and you didn't know, oh, that'll have to do. And then you'd have another one and then you'd put a bit of porridge oats in it to give it a bit of sustenance. And then you'd have another and then you'd think, fuck it, and have a Kit Kat. And then the shit had really hit the fan. And then now, since you've had that Kit Kat, you'd just have everything. You'd think, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to eat shit today. I'll start again tomorrow. I'm not going to, in fact, I'm not going to get weighed this week. I've eaten that crap all week. I'm not going to go and get weighed. I'll get it off next week. And then when you give yourself that permission, you would literally go into binge fest, eating whatever you wanted, having the time of your life. But no, Kerry said there, that just made me laugh. So it must be Slimming World because they used to stand at the front like I did with the Slimming World. So if somebody, or the notepad clap of commiseration when you'd only lost a pound. Well done. Let's give Kerry a clap, everybody. Let's give Kerry a clap. She's lost a pound now. Don't forget, a pound's a pound. So well done, Kerry. But what are you going to do next week to lose 4 pounds, Kerry? What are you going to do? Yeah, you can chop your leg off. Yeah. But come on, round of applause for Kerry with a shitty fucking pound. It's pathetic. You can shit more than a pound. Well done, Kerry. You know, so she wanted to punch her face in. But it's odd, isn't it? Why were we disappointed with a pound? Why were we disappointed with a pound when we'd actually eaten shite all week? I mean, women still go to these things, and I'd like to say I'm not judging it, but I am. Because it's just like living in a hell, but if it works for you, if you're happily going to Slimming World or Weight Watchers or doing these diets and it works for you and you're happy doing it, please continue to do it, because it's a social thing. It wasn't a social thing for me. I never stayed to class. I wasn't interested in sat round at 9:30 in the morning eating the 4-point crisps and those jelly sweets that used to rip your fillings out. You know, who eats that at 9 in the morning? But you did because you've been weighed. Oh, I'm treating myself to a tub of Quark. You know, bloody Quark. What the hell is even Quark? But we used to buy it because it was free. When you used to start, because I'd been to Weight Watchers on and off all my adult life, probably apart from the last 10 years when I saw the light. And literally, I did it. I went to Weight Watchers and I'd leave for a bit because it stopped working. That's because I started eating shite. Well, not eating shite. You know, if you want a Mars bar, have a Mars bar. You know, but don't tell me, Weight Watchers, that a Mars bar is better for you than an avocado just because it's got less fat in. Because there's no fat in a Mars bar. It's all just full of sugar. Obviously, that's then metabolizes fat in your body if you don't expend the energy. But an avocado, one of the healthiest foods you can have on the planet because it's got all the amino acids in it. You could live solely on an avocado. But it's high fat, but natural good fat. So they give it 9 points. It is just an outrage. So you're led to believe. And I remember when, you know, certainly when I started doing what I'm doing, you couldn't tell a Weight Watcher a mile away, oh, what, have an avocado, they're too fattening. And yet they'd rather have 4 bags of Quavers you know, and a tube of jelly sweets, because there's less points in it. It's still in their head. It can take years and years and years to get out of it, but you can do it. I absolutely believe that you can. Look at that Cambridge diet, eating 3 meal bars at all at once, try of each flavour. Hellfire, Bernie, honestly, it's just mad. It's just, isn't it, Christine, the nonsense of it all. Claire, put a pound on this week, was devastated, but if I'd lost a pound, we'd be stuffing a packet of crisps down me. Exactly, because it's all here, because it's all focused on weight and getting in your jeans, and this perception that that makes us a better person if we're just a bit smaller. And if we're not achieving that, because they focus on that so heavily, if we don't achieve it, and even if we lose a pound, a commiseration pound like Kerry, if we go and do that, then we're just useless articles. We're absolutely shite. So you come home and eat shit. Yeah, it is just mad. I loved avocado and refused to stop eating them. Julia, I've been in the fitness industry since 2002, and that was when I started to see the light too. It really is, you know, it's mad. So Kid is greatly. You've inspired me to get my frozen avocado out to defrost for lunch. Shove it in a blender. Shove it in a blender with some juice and have a smoothie. Or lovely, I love avocado on sourdough toast. I do. Or just some granary bread toasted with avocado on. Sliced cherry tomatoes. You know, those nice piccolo ones that have a bit of a better flavour. Because tomatoes are shit, aren't they, in the supermarkets? Who sniffs them all? Everybody looking at you because you're spreading your COVID. Sniffing your tomatoes. And, you know, obviously they're in the packets and stuff, but they've got the little hair holes in, haven't they? So I sort of casually, I don't like to do it too obviously, so I'll just like give them a shake and I'll waft them past my nose. And slice with those with a little bit of oil. Oh, God, that's 5 points. Couldn't give a shit. Himalayan salt, pepper, and either fresh coriander or fresh basil. Let me tell you, it is delicious. And yeah, I have no idea how many points it is. Couldn't give a shit. You know, I love a Chinese every so often. Even though I'm plant-based most of the time, I'll have a takeaway every so often. Doesn't matter. Oh, thank you, Sarah. My skin looks amazing. Are you taking anything? Well, if you want the truth, I've not even had a wash yet. I haven't. I had a bit of a line this morning. Not even had a wash. But do you know what the truth is, Sarah? If you want the truth, oh, I daren't tell you all because it is a bit expensive and I've been indulging, and that's why. I mean, I do have lines here. I'm going to just digress myself a minute. I've always had a bit of a wrinkly forehead. Obviously, I've got lines here. I'm 52 in a couple of weeks. You know, these are happening. These are getting deeper, but that's life. I've never had any Botox, but this has always been really good. And I've started investing. Now, it's not really probably the best thing to say because it's not in everybody's price range. So you always feel a bit guilty about saying what I'm doing. But if you want to know, I'll tell you. So if people want to know what I've been doing for my skin, should I? Yeah, no, I will. I'll tell you. So just say you want to know and I'll let you know. The power of what... I know, okay, it is the power of wanting what works. Please be careful with avo stones. I managed to cut an artery. Oh, no. I don't do them like that anymore. I just sort of scoop round them with a spoon. Because somebody said once, you get hold of it and you flick it with a knife. And I've had a few near misses. So, yeah, I don't do that. So, Katrina wants to know what I'm doing with my skin. Kay Kelly. Oh, I'm a bit nervous about telling you. I am. But I'll tell you at the end. Hang on. I'll tell you. Not that we've got much longer to go. So, just if you're doing diets... I'm annoyed with myself. Well, I'm not at the amount of time I've wasted over my adult life feeling shit, feeling under pressure, feeling I'm not good enough, feeling I shouldn't be eating that, going out and denying myself the bread basket when I really want it on a night out and I've been good all week and then I still go out, all to have stayed the same or lose a commiseration pound. And all the times where I've tried to be good and then I've thought fuck it, and because I've tried to be good with my eating, soon as you have half a chip from your children's plate, oh my God, that just thinks, right, that's it, I've ruined it, I'm destined to be fat forever, so I'm gonna eat, and then the guilt and humiliation you feel when you go to bed and you wake up the next day and you think, I'm just going to be different. It's not different. It could set off a 3-month long binge for me, and I don't mean where I get up every day and just, I just mean a 3-month long not giving a shit, going to bed at night with my Slimming World magazines to try and get my inspiration back, on my Weight Watchers magazines, a big bar of Galaxy, in bed at night, reading these success stories, and then me just shoving it in like that. And I remember looking in the mirror once as I was doing it, and this is when I was like 14 and a half stone, so I was a lot heavier than I am now. And it was after I had Nancy, and it was the biggest and heaviest I've been. And I was so unhappy, honestly. I hated it because I couldn't stop eating. I just couldn't stop doing it. I so desperately wanted to lose weight. And I remember doing that, looking at myself in the mirror, and I just looked at myself and I said out loud, some of you will have heard this story, "You fat, ugly bitch. What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I just carried on until it had gone, because I thought there's no point, because I'm going to start my diet tomorrow. I'm going to do what these women are doing in the Weight Watchers magazine. So I didn't want to leave it in the cupboard because I'd eat it. I didn't want to put it in the bin. Don't care how much crap food I'd put on top of the chocolate. I'd have got the chocolate bar out, washed it under the tap and eaten it. So I just needed to get rid of it. And then the next day I wake up and you're just left with this horrible feeling of, oh, here we go again. Here starts lettuce's tail. Here starts just hell on earth of, no, you can't have this. No, you shouldn't be having that. No, you don't deserve that. And you fail if you do it. It's just horrible. So, yeah. So that's it. So it's a reminder as well that our tribe is opening tomorrow for 2 days. And if you've seen the posts on my emails, we should have been doing a massive big launch with a free 500 challenge, with loads of Facebook ads, with loads of countdowns, loads of graphics. I'm not doing any of it. I'm just not, because I just don't feel mentally. I know that sounds ridiculous, but Nancy and Joe have just left home. I feel really a bit weird. And I just want to acknowledge that massive life shift change of having an empty nest. And I feel if I'd have gone straight into a massive launch, and Kerry will know how much effort it takes and stuff, it'd have sent me over the edge. So I decided not to do it. But I don't want to not open the tribe, because it's not been open since March. We've not opened it at all since March. So we're opening it for 2 days only, but we're only asking people on Get Over Yourself and Instagram, on the social media, and people on my email list. That's all. It's not going out. Obviously, you can share it if you want, but it's all people don't want to share the tribe. They don't, if they're in it, they don't want their friends to be in it. And that's fine. I don't mind, because it is such a lovely community. There's no contract. Tomorrow when I come on, if you're interested, I might screen share, if I can remind myself how to do it. And I'll show you inside the tribe. I'll show you inside it. And it's fabulous. It's absolutely brilliant. But the amount of women, I'm not kidding you, have changed the way they think about food. Now, let me tell you, if you are looking for a diet plan and a calorie calculator and a macro calculator to see what calories you need every day, do not sign up. You are not, it's not that sort of environment. We very rarely talk about food. We don't talk about diet much. Some people do, but everybody's doing their own thing. That's what I encourage you do you. Nothing should be off limits food-wise. The diet I want you to do is one where you want to nourish yourself. And do you know what? Sometimes going to bed with an egg sandwich and a whole box of Lindor balls, fuck what Weight Watchers and Slimming World say about that being a million zillion points and your commiseration clap at the end of the week. Sometimes doing that nourishes you, because it's what you mentally need. You might have had a hell on earth week. Yeah, and you should have a green juice and, an avocado on toast and then a chickpea curry. Of course you should from a physical point of view, but some of you forget this. What about nourishing this sometimes? And sometimes you just want chocolate. Sometimes you just want a big egg mayonnaise sandwich in big wadges of white bread with butter on. Sometimes that's just what you want, but it's what you do most of the time that makes the biggest difference. Look at this, lovely Leanne. I remember Leanne and her lovely friend Kim joined together. Curly, Kim and Leanne joined 3 years ago. It'll be 4 years in April. We've had the tribe. And I remember Leanne saying they're only going to join for 3 months, Kim and Leanne, and they're still here 3 years later. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, Jenny. I mean, Jenny's just been doing brilliantly. Joining the tribe has been the best value, £1 a day I've ever spent. Stop wasting your money on Weight Watchers and Slimming World ladies. Come and join us. You won't regret it. We are such a friendly and welcoming online community. And Jenny was new at one point, and now she's not. Oh, Kerry, bless you. You know, the right thing to do, 100%. The tribe is amazing. I miss it all. That's lovely. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Claire loves an avocado now because she used to work for them as well. Right, Katerina, you will not be on your... Everything you're saying is me. I feel like a total failure. I've always struggled with my weight and I've done every diet. So, Katerina, let me tell you this. Thank you for sharing that. I can guarantee you will not be on your own. There are other women who will be on this live. How many have we got on this morning? I'm a bit later than normal. 124 women on, maybe a few men. Katerina, let me guarantee you will most certainly... Who feels like Katerina? Don't say me, because I'm going to ask... Oh, yeah. Who feels... Just say yes. Who feels like Katerina does, or who can understand how Katerina feels? Everything you're saying is me. I feel like a total failure. I've always struggled with my weight and have done every diet. Who feels or has felt like that? Just say yes. Just say yes. Look at this on Instagram. It's coming, Katerina. Absolutely, says Julie. Yes, says Sarah. Do you know what? It gives me goosebumps. It gives me goosebumps that we all can understand. And it's just shit. It makes me angry. It makes me angry that this is what we've all been living our life. Katerina, are you watching this? Are you looking at all the comments? Yes, 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 yes. Everybody can understand how you felt or understand now. And there's women, the tribe is not a magic pill. I want to be completely honest. There are women in the tribe at the moment who feel exactly like you do at the moment, even though they're in the tribe. Because do you know why? Because it's real bloody life. There are real women in there. They're not polyperfects who've all done Sally Wilkinson's non-existent diet plan and now they're all living a life in the size 10 jeans. That's bullshit. That's never going to happen, ever. They're real women. And sometimes the women who are feeling how Katerina is now do the work. They did, like you saw Sam's live last night. They listened to Sam's live. You know, they'll do the stuff. They'll do all the content. They'll go through the amazing success path that's in there, which is literally designed to take you about 4 or 5 months. But some people do it in 3 months, you know. And you go through all these videos and we get into your head, Katerina, because the trouble is with a lot of these diets, all they do is focus on the weight loss. And if you fail to lose weight, they make you feel like a bag of shit. They make you feel like a total failure. And it's like Sam would say, that's your thoughts, Katerina. That's your thoughts around what's happening. So all we do is get you to change your thoughts, get you to think differently, that you're not a failure, that you're just bloody normal. Look at all these yeses that they would agree and understand how you feel. So you're never on your own in the tribe. And literally, when you see women who just think, and they go out and enjoy a meal, literally, they go, I've lost 1.5 stone and I'm not on a diet, because they're moving more, they're drinking water, they're getting the steps in. They're not even doing an exercise plan. They're just doing exercise in the week. They're not doing a big transformation 12-week challenge. They're just starting to take ownership. So they're not there going, I'm a failure, I can't do it anymore, so what's the point? Because nobody's going to come and do it for you, people. You've got to do it yourself. You've got to take action. So let's have a look. I can't see my comments. Look at this. We've got Sylvie here. Joined the tribe on October 20th. That's a year ago. Sacked off the gym and Slimming World. A whole new world has opened up for me. Just join. You won't regret it. I mean, Sylvie, you've been doing brilliant, and it's so lovely to see women, because a lot of these women, if they're my age, You know, some are older than me, some are younger than me. I'm 52 in a few weeks. Why do we say that? I should just say I'm 51, which I am. You know, another 49 years, 48 and a bit years I've got left to live. I'm got, well, at least, because I'm going to live to 100. I don't want to spend a single one of those years on a restrictive, shitty, processed food, calorie counted diet. That's not to say I won't do a 3-day juice cleanse. At the moment, I'm doing a plant-based, 3-week plant-based sort of challenge thing. And I'm loving it because I want to learn more about plant-based food because I feel it's going to be the way to go for me. But I don't see it like I'm doing a diet. It's just the way I'm choosing to eat at the moment because I'm not feeling deprived and I'm not sat there going, oh, what are we having? Oh, for God's sake, tonight. It's like, and for lunch, I'm just going to have that cottage cheese. And I've got to have that milk roll, which I hate because it's got less points in it. So can you get me some milk roll from Tesco, please? And don't get the plain cottage cheese because I hate it. The only way I'll eat cottage cheese is if you get the one with pineapple in. I'm still not keen, but can you get me that cottage cheese? And get me some Muller Lights, not the banana one. See if you've got that new salted caramel flavour, please, Si. Get 20 of them and get loads of bananas. Although bananas aren't free, so get apple and grapes and raspberries and strawberries. Oh, yeah, but can you get wafer thin ham? Fucking hate wafer thin ham, but you can't have the other stuff. Wafer thin ham, because I can have half a packet on that. I can shove it all in a sandwich. So, and get margarine, because I can't have butter. So get the low-fat spread, please. And some Dairy triangles, and low-fat Philadelphia. Don't be getting the full-fat stuff. Bloody hell, that'd eat my points in a day. Oh, so I've got bloody milk roll, wafer thin ham, cottage cheese and pineapple sandwich for my lunch. Oh, I'll have to have some crisps. I wasn't going to have crisps. I don't know if I'm going to have enough points left. Si, can you get me some French fries? Yeah, just the mixed bag. You don't like French fries. I know I don't, but they've got less points in. Oh, and get me a box of Rice Krispies and skim milk. Oh, I hate skim milk. I'll have to eat it with my eyes shut. I'm going to have to eat it with my eyes shut. I tell you, I can't stand skim milk. And some Splendor, because I can't have sugar. Why do you want Rice Krispies, Sally, when you'd rather have Frosties? What do you mean, you knobhead? Oh, for God's sake, Sam, isn't it obvious? Obviously, Rice Krispies, you can have half a box for like 4 points. So, yeah, so I'll have Rice Krispies for breakfast with skim milk and Splendor sweetener. I've got my wafer thin ham, you know, cottage cheese with pineapple sandwich with low-fat spread on milk roll with some bloody French fries, which always stick in the back of my throat. What should I have for my tea? I'm going to see how I feel. For my tea, just get me a ready meal. Just get me one of them Weight Watchers ready meals. Yeah, the one I don't mind, which I'll eat more of, is the chili with the baked potato wedges in a cardboard carton. I just eat, it saves me washing up. I'll have that. Yeah, go on then. And can you just get me some Lindor balls? Go on, just in case. I won't have them, but I'll just have one. Because if I do all that, I think I'll have a couple of points left so I can have a Lindor ball. So can you do that? Yes. Oh, I'm happy now. Excited about my Lindor ball. Right, so the day goes ahead. Sorry, I just can't help but role play with myself. Do you recognise any of it? Do you recognise any of this? So you get up the next day and you begrudgingly have your Rice Krispies with your horrible skim milk, and it's just disgusting. But you're doing well. So you've got one side of your brain going, I'm sticking to it, I'm doing well. Then it comes to lunch. Oh, Sally, you don't like cottage cheese or wafer thin ham. Doesn't matter because I want to lose weight. I'm not bothered. I'm going to do anything. So you get your low-fat, bright yellow spread out, which is margarine, which is, can I just tell you now, if you take anything away from this video, even more important than joining the tribe, stop with the low-fat spread and the margarine and the utterly butterly. It's one chemical away from plastic because it's ultra-high treated, trans fat. It is literally what they do to the molecules in that, the way they treat it. You imagine going to a big shopping centre and you go in, you see all the human beings in there walking around with their heads and arms on back to front. And you think, oh my God, that's what the molecules are like in margarine. That's what it does. It completely denurtures it and your body doesn't recognise it. So take the butter. The best two butters are Yeo Valley and Kerrygold because they're grass-fed from grass-fed cows. So the best two butters you can get, and enjoy the butter. So that's just a top tip. But when you've gone through your shit breakfast and your shit lunch and you do all that, and then what happens? You get to tea and you think, I really cannot stand the thought. I can't stand the thought of having that bloody processed cardboard box chili. So, do you know what? Fuck it. I'll start tomorrow. Let's just have a Chinese. Right. Yeah. Oh, I'll have a veggie one. Oh, fuck it. Do you know what? I'm just going to have chicken fried rice. I'll just start tomorrow. In fact, do you know what? It's a Friday. I'm going to start on Monday. And then you get this fake happiness that comes out in a whoosh. Oh, God, I can have it. I can have my Chinese tonight and I can eat what the hell I want over the weekend. Did you get those Lindor balls, Si? Bring it on. I'm going to have the whole box while I'm watching Silent Witness tonight. Oh, and relax. Fake happiness. And then the whole shit starts again on Monday. So Katerina, that's what happens, because if you continue to do what you've always done, so if any of you lot on here who said yes to Katerina, if any of you lot are thinking, do you know what, Christmas is coming, oh, do you know what, I've been shit for ages, you know what, there's only one thing, I'm going to have to go back to Slimming World. I know I don't like it, but I just want to get a stone off and I'm desperate. Or should I do Weight Watchers? You know, it's the same bloody plan as before, it's just folded differently, packaged differently. Or do you know what? I'm going to get on. I'm going to spend half an hour today Googling. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm just not going to eat. I just need some weight off. So let's have a look. The Claire, bless you. The tribe is amazing, lazy. Sally inspired me to give up alcohol and eat healthily, and she just is amazing. Oh, thank you. Not able to be on it just now, but watch Sally's videos all the time. And that's the thing, Claire. You've been and you've left. There's never any pressure to stay in the tribe. Some people leave because of personal circumstances, because of financial circumstances. But I'll always do free stuff on here as well. I'm not bothered where you get your inspiration from. Oh, Debbie, that's a lovely thing to say. Katerina, you are beautiful and thank you for being so honest. I too feel like this. So, Katerina, you've really helped a lot of people this morning. Oh, Katerina, love you. I feel emotional seeing all the comments. I'm in remission from breast cancer. Bless you, honestly. So this is time more than ever to really nourish yourself, nourish your head, nourish your mind. You know, if you can't join the tribe, just keep watching the videos on here. I mean, look at the support. I mean, if you think this is supportive, the tribe is like this on steroids with the support you get from people. So lots of healing love to you, gorgeous girl, they're saying. So lots and lots of support for you, Katerina. So all because you were brave enough to post a comment. You know, there's no failure in it. Let's have a look. Look at Tony. Tony's just amazed. Took me nearly 50 years. This is the thing, Tony, isn't it? Same with me. I was like 42 years, well, probably 40 years, to realise that the size of my arse does not dictate my worth. I exercise and run healthily. Eating just comes naturally. The tribes help me sort out my negative talk to myself and actually lets me live without limits. What more do you want? Living without limits, because you've sorted this out. And now Tony loves herself. She does the most amazing Nordic walks around where she lives. I'm going to come and join you on round Rivington. I want to do that walk, Tony. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Samantha, oh, we've all been here, haven't we? Lost a stone with Slimming World, but stop back to square one. You always put it back on. Slimming World and Weight Watchers works if that's what you want to do. If you're willing to stick with it. If you want to count points, count sins, have the processed food, or, you know, you don't have to have processed food. I'm sure you can, you know, make stuff. I think they have maybe improved it, especially Slimming World. I'm not sure. But if you want to count rigidly, if you stick within those limitations, of course it's going to work, because they do work for losing weight. But look at Tony's comment. She wants to live a life without limits. I don't want limits. Oh, you've got to 18 points. Well, that's one full avocado on a bit of toast. That's my points gone. God, I can't go on to the milking pond, have an ice cream gone. That's some points gone in a day. You know, it's just madness. Right. So that's it. So Jackie says, I've got MS, can't really exercise. Is the tribe any good for me? So we've got a couple of people who've got MS. We've also got somebody who's got ME. Absolutely. The tribe, it's not all about fitness. We do a live fitness every Thursday morning, but there's always modification. It was just core work this week. I do a live every Monday like this in the tribe, every Monday morning. You don't have to watch anything live. A lot of people watch on catch up. In fact, more people watch on catch up than watch it live. So you're never left to feel like you're on your own and missing out. It's all the mindset. There is so much more than fitness. There really is. It's all the mindset stuff we do, going through the success path. Especially if you've spent years on and off diets, that's what the tribe is about. We want to break that. We want to break it and want you to live a life without limits. And sometimes people get down to the weight they think they want to be. And some people, don't get to a size 10 because they don't want to be a size 10. You do what you want to do. And the biggest thing we teach in the tribe is to you do you. You absolutely do you. Do not compare yourself to others. I go on and on about that in the success path because it's damaging. I'm not good enough. I'm shit. I'm a failure because Janice has lost 2.5 stone and I haven't done it. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. It's all about loving yourself now, now with what you're doing now with yourself and appreciating this amazing body that you've got, the amazing body. Some of us, like you say, you've got MS, some people get cancer, some people are in an accident, some people live with limits of injury and disease, but you don't want it to define you, and then some people just can't be arsed and they take the gift of movement for granted. We try not to let that happen in the tribe. We're constantly reminding people this body that you've been given with, no matter what you throw at it, still gets you out of bed every morning. So let's start giving it some love instead of making it sit on the sofa all day, eating shit food, and yet it still gets up for you the next day. Let's nourish it. Let's give it some fresh air. Let's give it water. Let's make it walk. Let's get your heart rate going. Let's give it some lovely food and some juices. And then also, let's give it a whole box of Lindor balls when mentally you need that without guilt. So yes, it is. So please don't feel you can't join the tribe if you've got a condition, because you really, really can. It's £29 a month, less than £1 a day. And when people say, somebody said this, and I'm always wary around money and people not being able to afford it, because 5 years ago, when we were going through our bankruptcy, literally, I remember that week we had £2.80 for the whole week, 3-4 months in arrears on the mortgage. There's no fruit in the fruit bowl. I'll never forget. It was just hideous. So we couldn't have afforded 29 quid a month then. There was no way. But on the whole, it's really rare that people have that. But on the whole, people say they can't afford it. But listen, really ask yourself, are you drinking a bottle of wine? Are you eating shit food? Are you getting loads of bags of kettle chips and pop chips and a box of Lindor balls? How often are you doing that? Are you thinking, fuck it, and having a Chinese? How often do you do little things like that over a period of 4 weeks? How often? That family-sized bag of Maltesers, I know they're only £1, that you have in the car when nobody's looking. You put the wrapper in your pocket, and so they don't count. You don't have to count them because nobody's seen you eat them. In fact, you ate them that quick. They just don't even count. All that adds up. So why not take all that, those 2 bottles, 3 or 4 bottles of wine a week or a month, and just treat yourself to a month in the tribe. Treat yourself to 3 months between now and Christmas, and just see how you enter Christmas differently. I mean, I should have put the link on now to join, but you can't join yet until tomorrow. I should have done this. I didn't expect to do all this. I just like having a laugh about, I used to call them fat clubs. If you're not on the invitation list for the tribe, if you're not on it, put me, write me, and we will give you the link. I'll tag you in the link after this video, because tomorrow morning at 6 a.m, the invitations are coming out to the people on the list. To the people on the email, it's coming out. If you click on it and join the wait list, there is no pressure. You might read all the blurb and think, do you know what, I'd rather go to Weight Watchers. That is fine. It's not a commitment. So Kathy's coming on it, Christine's coming on it, Lindsay's coming on it, Kate is coming on it. Remember, it is not a commitment. If you decide you don't want to join, you don't have to join. There is no contract. £29 a month. And Sam, who you saw last night, is going to be doing it twice a month. He does 2 videos a month, live coaching, and you can ask him any questions, and he's brilliant at getting back to you. So having access to Sam, he's in the hundreds of pounds an hour. literally is over 200 quid an hour is Sam for his coaching, and you get access to him twice a month in the tribe through live video, and he's also going to start doing a Zoom as all part of your £29 a month membership. And he has been in the tribe for 3 years now, and he's got no plans of leaving. So, oh, Claire, look at that. Sam would absolutely be applauding that, Claire Campbell. I'm going to just have to show this. Time to invest in myself. And because you've seen it like that, would you say that, Claire? Now, you've given me goosebumps, Claire. Would you say that if you're going to go back to Weight Watchers? Would you see it as an investment in yourself? You go, oh no, going back to Weight Watchers or Slimming World. Oh God, I'll have to do it. And it costs bloody money. Already, Claire, your mind is switching. And I want you, when you join the tribe, Claire, if you do, I want to remember that you've said that. Time to invest in yourself. Your body is going to be doing a happy dance, let me tell you. Your mind is going to be doing a happy dance. It is investment in yourself. And Sam would be applauding that, because he already knows that that is the start of change, of lifelong change. And yes, don't get me wrong, there's people who are smashing it up here, and then all of a sudden they go through a shit time in their life, something happens and you fall back down. I've done it. Look at me last November when my back went. I put 1.5 stone on that I lost in the first lockdown because I was eating brilliantly, exercising well. I put it all back on in the second lockdown because I couldn't move because I hurt my back. So I got really low and I ate shit. I didn't own it. I could have eaten brilliantly, but I didn't want to. I felt that sorry for myself. I ate shite. I ate chocolate, Chinese all the time. What I did most of the time was eat shit, so I put 1.5 stone on. And that's me. I run the tribe. I own the tribe. So I don't want you thinking it's perfect. It's real life. But I've lost most of it now and I'm still losing it because it's what happens. So we're all in it together. Well, Maureen, I'm crying at the moment. I'm so fed up. I don't know where to start. Let me tell you where to start. And do you know what? I used to feel uncomfortable doing this, but I'm going to take a leaf out of Sam's book. And usually we're going, oh, well, join the tribe if you can afford it, because it really will make a difference. Maureen, I'm telling you now, if you join the tribe and you start, when you join, you get a link and you've joined the Facebook group, and sod all your other shitty social media that we all scroll through, comparing ourselves to fat Janice, who's no longer fat anymore, and she's lost 2.5 stone over the lockdowns, and you're thinking, bloody hell, I've not done that. And then you're comparing yourself to everybody's holiday pictures on social media, another 25 minutes feeling shit. Use that time and spend it in the tribe Facebook group, because all it is positivity. And when you join, you will then get a link to the members' website. There's a whole huge website with loads of resources on. There's a big button that says start here. And that's it. That's all you need to do, Maureen. You start here and you go through the videos. And it's videos like this. They're not as long as this. The longest is about 10 minutes, I think. It's all about mindset. I give you tasks to do. I get you things to print out. You've got to write things down. You've got to say how you feel. You've got to do a personal contract with yourself, a commitment that you're going to give it your all. And we're not even starting on, there's no physical stuff in there. It's all working on the mental stuff. So that is where you start. You start on the start here button in the tribe. What have you got to lose? You do it for a month. The most you're going to lose is 29 quid. But you're going to gain so much more for that. And you can leave after a month if you don't like it. But I would always say give it 3 months. Give it till Christmas. By the end of the time Bake Off comes, I'm not kidding you, you could just feel a different person. So absolutely amazing. So look at that, Christine. Best thing I ever did. She's been doing brilliantly. So many people who joined in March. So yeah, do say me if you want to go. If you're watching on catch up, by the way, and I've not forgotten my skin tip. This is a long live. Bloody hell, how long have I been on? Let's have a look. I got carried away with myself. 49 minutes and there's still over 100 of you on. That's because you all resonate with all this diet talk shite that we do. So thank you for staying here. So if you want to be sent an invitation tomorrow morning to join the tribe, you can look, see what it's all about before you click and obviously pay your money and join. So then you might decide you don't want to do it. That's entirely up to you. But if you want, because Facebook, unfortunately, and Instagram don't show you, sometimes notifications don't, well, sometimes more often than not, notifications don't work. You know, Facebook only show my videos to 5% of my 62,000 following on Facebook. 5% of people get shown this video. So if you don't get it shown, you might forget, because there's life. It's only open Wednesday, Thursday. If you want to be emailed an invitation to join tomorrow morning, say me. Say me, and then I'll put the link on, and all you do is pop your email in that, and then you will be on the wait list. All right then, so that's it. We're going to do it. Right, so who wants to know? I've not forgot, so say me, lovely. And if you're on catch up, say me, because I will come back in and we will do it, and Simon will do it as well. So he'll be getting these done now. So, right then. Now, I'm not doing this to be an arsehole. I'm not doing this to be a glib. Who do you think you are? But this is the genuine truth. The genuine truth. People, I often get told, which is nice, really. You know, I know I've got loads of wrinkles in my forehead. You know, it's obvious I've not had Botox. Look at that. And I never say never, but I can't ever imagine me wanting Botox, you know. And yeah, I'd quite like not to have that many wrinkles. But you think, even if I had Botox, the creases, they're there. I can't even get rid of them. I've had them all my life. I had them as a youngster, you know, and I've got that big crease there. But whenever I do, I've not had a facial for about 2 years. Or before COVID, I've not had a facial. But I do look after my skin. So I do cleanse, tone, moisturise. When I was skinned and I couldn't afford it, I literally just went and got a pot. I just went to Holland and Barrett and got some stuff from there. And I stopped with the serums and stuff and the night cream. I just used one pot of it. It was Dr. Organics. But now I use Elemis at the moment. I used to use Clarins. I've used all sorts, but I use Elemis. I don't use these big, and a QVC. Literally, wait for an Elemis QVC day on QVC. Absolute Billy bargains, let me tell you. But I do. I cleanse, tone and moisturise twice a day, in the morning and at night. And I put a mask on every week. I just exfoliate. You make your own. Look on Google, make your own exfoliators. Tell you, it doesn't have to cost a lot. It's the effort, it's the self-care. But despite all that, do you know what makes the biggest difference? I'm going to show you now. So forget the face creams, forget the fancy facials, forget Botox. Do you know what does it? And here's a demonstration. Water, simple water makes the biggest difference above any of that stuff I've said. Because I had a time years ago, before we started this business, when I used to have a credit card, I used to have Clarins facials. I used to have one a month. And she'd always say, yeah, your skin's always dehydrated, Sally. It was always dehydrated. You'd do that and she could see all the crepey lines, because I never drank water. I never hardly drank it. And that has been the biggest difference to my skin. And let me give you an example. This video is going on, but I've just thought of an example that really works for me. When we've only just started having the rain, the grounds have been rock hard. So there's a cow shit field on a walk that I do where all the cows gather at the stile. And it's usually, it'll be muddy now. It'll be just all full of mud and cow shit, and it's horrible. But you've got to sort of cling on the barbed wire fence as you're going across it. In summer, up until literally 10 days ago, it has been caked rock hard with deep lines in it. Caked rock hard because it's completely dehydrated. That's what I think somebody's insides looks like when they don't drink water. That's what somebody's face looks like when they don't drink water. How can your body function with 72% water? And so the trouble is, people go, I don't like drinking water. In fact, I should do this tomorrow, because they go for a wee all the time. But what do you think happened to the ground when the first lot of rains came last week or this week? It just rolled off. It couldn't absorb it because it was too hard. But now it's been raining for quite a while. It will now be starting to absorb deep into the soil rather than just running off. If you're not used to drinking water and you go and start drinking shed loads, you'll just be weeing for Britain, and that's fine, but your body will then start to absorb it, so you won't be weeing as often. And when you start to absorb it, that's when the magic happens. You're not as tired. It gets rid of hunger pangs. It's just fabulous, honestly. So I don't mean to be clever and cocky. I really don't. It's just that God's honest truth. Water, 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 water. And do you know what? When you join the tribe, so when you lot join, when you go in the start here section, I'll get on your nerves, I tell you. I want you to carry on eating how you do. So if whatever you're doing, if you're eating Chinese 4 times a week, carry on. I don't want you to give anything up when you join the tribe, not a single thing to start with. It's all about creating awareness in the success path. And I'll talk about this tomorrow and I'll show you it. It's all about creating awareness. So you join, and all I want you to do to start with is start drinking water, get up to 2 litres a day, and start counting your steps. I don't want you starting to go for 10,000. I don't want you to just carry on doing what you're doing. I want you to count. The first week is all about counting how much water you're drinking without changing your behaviour and how many steps you're walking. And that's it, without judgment. So I doubt Kerry will still be on that. So if you get to your goal, you're not going to get me with my little notepad clap going, well done, Julie, well done. Do you know what? 4,000 steps is good, but, we can build on that. Lazy bitch. There's none of that. So it'll be like no other health and fitness community you've ever been in. And I really do believe that the way it's delivered, I know I've got a unique way of delivering stuff compared with Sam, and then we've got Shelley and Simon as well. Shelley does the yoga and chats, and Simon does a great chat as well, and he's a lot about mindset stuff, which is brilliant. It's the 4S's, the callers. It's all delivered in a way that you've probably never experienced before. There's not a case, right, get up and do your fitness. Right, how many calories are you having today? Right, what are you going to eat today? Show us pictures of your food. There's none of that at all. Barbara, I have filtered water. I have a virgin water filter, but I'd have a Brita filter. If tap water is all you can manage, tap water, do it. You'll get some purists. I know there's a bloke who used to go mad. He used to come on my retreats. He used to go absolutely mad at going, you shouldn't have tap water. You shouldn't have tap water. And then you think, well, look what else you're drinking, sort of stuff. It does my head in when the purists are, you should never have tap water. You should only ever buy organic food. Get in the real world, will you? It does my head in. So if tap water is all you can do, then have tap water. A Brita filter is great. Obviously, a distiller is amazing. They're about 400 quid on your side of a unit, but I don't think it's necessary personally. But I have a virgin water filter. We rent it. It goes in the kitchen. It's an automatic hot tap and a filtered water. But we are actually getting the kitchen changed. Starts next week, so we'll be having a hot tap. So Kay says, get a zero water filter. So good. So that's something for you to look at, everybody. But yes, just drink the goddamn water. All right then, everybody, please do share it if you found it useful. If there's anything you've resonated with, please do share. If you're watching on catch up and you want to go, get an invite tomorrow to join the tribe, because it only open and we will not be opening it again. Get this, we will not be opening it again till next April. Ooh. So why leave it another 6 months? Why leave it another 6 months? We will not be opening it again till next April. Ooh, so 2 days, and it's a quiet launch. Are you coming in? It might not sound quiet, but it is, I tell you. There's not all the back end stuff going on. There's not the Wall of Fame. There's not all the Facebook ads. So it's not going to be a big one where we get like 600 people in. So it's just to you lot, just to my social media community and my email list. All right, Nancy, what a beautiful name. So yeah, do put me, and what I'm going to do, that won't automatically put you on. What we're going to do is we're going to come back in now, and I will tag your name, so you'll get a notification with the link. So you just go on that link and just put your email in. Even if you're already on my email list, it doesn't matter. Just pop your email in and you'll get an invitation tomorrow morning. okay, because it's going to the email list, but it's just to make sure that you're on it, because our email list, how it works, if you're on my email list, because we don't want people on it who don't really want to be on it. So if you think you're on my email list, but if you haven't opened an email for 3 months, you're automatically taken off it, because we don't want to hound you. That's, you know, I really believe in that. So if you're not sure whether you're on my email list or not, just put me, and then we'll tag you in the link, and then just pop your email in, and that will put you on in time for tomorrow morning. Oh, and Instagram, if you're watching on catch up, who's going to watch an hour-long video on Instagram TV? Nobody. Like, this is a challenge. If there's anybody on Instagram or on YouTube who's watched this, they often do on Facebook, but Instagram and YouTube, if there's anybody watching this on catch up, I want you to tag me, because I want to say a bloody big thank you and well done. So, you know, or send me a DM. Oh, that's the thing what you do on Instagram, isn't it? If you want to go on the email list on Instagram, just send me a direct message and just say me, and I'll send you the link. How's that? It is in the bio, but save you having to do it yourself. All right then, everybody, drink lots of water. It's what you do most of the time that makes the biggest difference. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening. I love talking about all the diet stuff, because it horrifies me how we've fallen for it all. But do you know why I love talking about it? Because I love seeing all you lot understanding. Every single one of you nearly can resonate with what I've been talking about today. And then Kit's putting her... so I forgot her name. That's awful, isn't it? Katerina putting her thing up, and how many of you were supporting her and could understand. That's what I love about these communities. All right then, lots of love, and I will see you tomorrow. Will you be able to, are we able to share? Yeah, just press the share button, Debbie. That'll be really helpful. Thank you, because it really does help. I want to reach Karen in Basingstoke who's feeling like Katerina. There's hundreds and thousands of women all over the country and the world feeling like Katerina did, feeling a failure, feeling shit because they can't lose weight, then they've no oomph to do it. I want to reach people. It's my mission. I want to reach people like that, to know that they don't have to do all those things. They can come and join the tribe, even if it's just for 3 months, and go through the success path. Thank you for all the hearts on Instagram. I really appreciate that. Okay then, Liz, I'm glad you've had it. Oh, Debbie, I have a friend who will really benefit from you. Well, Debbie, just tag her in this video. She'll probably think, are you having a laugh, Debbie? She's an absolute, because I've been called a gobshite before. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but then we don't want that. We don't want a tribe just full of, you know, there are certain sort of people. And if you all resonate with each other, you can get the gist of what it's like in the tribe. All right, lots of love and thank you so much. Let's say bye to Instagram. Cheery ho. And bye to Facebook. Let me just see how long I've been. 1 hour, 2 minutes. Who's going to watch that? If you're watching on Catch Up on Facebook, look, if you're watching on Catch Up on Facebook, can you just give me a thumbs up? I shouldn't have said that. Just do that. Just do that. And then I know you've watched till the end. Just do that. Give a thumbs up. And remember, if you want to go on the list, say me and a thumbs up. And I'll know you've watched to the end, because I want to say thank you. I want to give you a love heart when I come in and do the comments later on. All right, lots of love. Bye. And then you end it. And